Hello everyone, I'm back to share the storyline of The Love in Your Eyes episode 103 which just aired last night. At the beginning of this episode, Young-yi chases and kicks Sim Won-sop who had just left in his room. Young-yi still wants to convince herself of the truth of what she just heard. Sim Won-sop finally explained that 6 years ago, Sejun was drunk and he had fight with a fisherman. Then Dojin broke up their fight but Sejun pushed him down, hit his head on a rock and died. Then Yoon-hee asks Sim Won-sop to solve the problem, while Kyung-jun already knows everything and he covers up the truth to protect his family. Sim Won-sop twists the facts so he looks right in front of Young-hee. Now Young-hee has misunderstood Kyung-jun. As we know, actually Sejun did not make Dojin die. When Sejun pushed Dojin and hit his head, Dojin can be still safe if he is immediately taken to the hospital. But Sim Won-sop actually immediately throw him into the sea. And Kyung-jun doesn't want to protect his family. He wants to find out what the role of the three people involved in that incident, and he will make the three of them according to their crimes. After Sim Won-sop left, Kyung-jun met Yoon-hee and threatened Yoon-hee. Yoon-hee still defended herself and said that if Kyung-jun reports Yoon-hee, then not only Yoon-hee will be destroyed, but Lee-jae and Jang-ho will definitely devastated and shocked too. Yoon-hee also said that he raised Kyung-jun with the same affection as she raised Seo-jun. But Kyung-jun doesn't even know thank you. Kyung-jun is disgusted by Yoon-hee's hypocrisy. In his heart, he promised to make Yoon-hee pay for all her crimes. What? Raised with love, Yoon-hee didn't even take Kyung-jun to the hospital when Kyung-jun's eye was injured. Kyung-jun knows that fact and he decides to do an eye surgery. I think Kyung-jun still doesn't know that Yoon-hee and Sim Won-sop are the ones who caused his eye injury. Kyung-jun only knows that Yoon-hee deliberately didn't take him to the hospital. Here, Kyung-jun's anger exploded even more when Yoon-hee said that Kyung-jun should be grateful because Kyung-jun got the cornea because Dojin died. Kyung-jun grabbed Yoon-hee by the collar and said that he would rather not see than make other people die. Yoon-hee begs Kyung-jun to give her time until she's ready to tell the truth to her family. Kyung-jun gave Yoon-hee a chance not because he believed in Yoon-hee, but because he also needed time. The next day, Jang-hoon wants to know why Sejun gave money to Young-hee's family. But before that, Lee-jae told Jang-hoon that Kyung-jun and Young-hee broke up. Lee-jae thinks that it's because Jang family asked Kyung-jun and Young-hee to move to America and that made them fight. Meanwhile, Kyung-jun explained to Jang-hoon that the reason Sejun gave money to Young-hee family was because Sejun had a misunderstanding. Kyung-jun said that Sejun thought Kyung-jun and Young-hee broke up because of financial problem, and Sejun gave money to Young-hee for Kyung-jun and Young-hee's wedding. Until here, all the lies are covered with lies again. Everything went wrong again. In the next scene, Young-hee comes to the Young family house. She slaps and throws the money that Sejun left at Bok-hee's shop. Young-hee threatens Sejun not to run away and doesn't expect Sejun to be able to pay for his crime with money. Sejun has to wait until Young-hee decides what she will do to avenge Sejun. At the end of the episode, Kyung-jun and Young-hee meet at Dojin Tong. Young-hee immediately said that all this time, she was confused as to why they broke up. Young-hee concludes that Kyung-jun wants to protect his family. Young-hee also says that she knows everything. Kyung-jun explained that he will tell everything to Young-hee once he knows all the details of the truth. Young-hee denied Kyung-jun's word. Actually, what she expected was Kyung-jun to say that everything Young-hee heard was a lie. Dojin's death has nothing to do with the Jang family. That's what Young-hee wants to hear. And now Young-hee will grant Kyung-jun's request to break up. Young-hee will erase Kyung-jun from her life and live as if she never knew each other. She also returned the ring that Kyung-jun gave her. Now Young-hee already knows that Jang family is hiding the truth of Dojin's death. But one thing she misunderstood is that Kyung-jun is not trying to hide his family mistakes and protect his family. Kyung-jun wants to find out more details and make his family get the punishment they deserve for what they did. If all that has been realized, then Kyung-jun can be braver to face Young-hee. Beside the story of Young-hee and Jang's family, here is also the story of Hae-mi who has started to pay attention to Sejun and smile when replying to Sejun's message. Finally, she started to give her heart to someone other than Kyung-jun. There is also a story about Wok-young who finally decided to stay temporarily at Bok-hee's house with Chang-hee. And finally, the relationship between Do-sik and Eunjin's family is also getting better. Do Sik even gave his income to Eunjin's family. Okay everyone, that's the storyline of The Love in Your Eyes episode 103. Thank you for watching my video.